Hey, if you want to write a Power App in under 8 minutes, keep watching. Hi, I'm Roger Brogan, and this is Azure Power Dev, where we learn how to write applications with little or no code. And today, we're going to do a Canvas app, starting from a template, and it's only going to take about 8 minutes. Now remember, if you guys want to see more videos like this, put your suggestions for topics in the comments below. Let's get to it.
Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and create a new kind of Power App called a Canvas app. And if this is your first time creating one, this is a good one to follow along on here. So I'm starting off at my Power Apps, makepowerapps.com page here. I've already logged on with my account. And I'm just going to select New Canvas App. Now, we already did a video on a model-driven app, which is based on data and gives you a little less flexibility in the layout of the application. A Canvas app gives you a lot of control over the layout, complete control over the layout. And you can also choose whether you want it to be, mobile friendly as a phone layout or a tablet layout. And we're going to start with a template here. We have lots of options, but we're going to use one for the common data service, and we're going to choose the phone layout for this one. So when I pick this, I get all of the options here. Since I selected the common data service, which has now been renamed over to the dataverse, I have access to all of the sample data that I've loaded. And I set this up with the trial accounts, and we have some sample users created. So I'm going to go all the way down here to the users table and use that as my source. Oh, I could just filter here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and connect that as the data source. And there we have it. Okay, very little effort on our part. And we can go ahead and take this for a test drive here and see what it does. And we can see it's got, in addition to the users, it's got some of the other accounts that were created in here as well as my sample users down here. And if we select one of these, we go over to an area here where we could delete the user. We could also go in and edit. We'll just promote this guy to senior manager and go ahead and save that. And then that will be persisted back to the database. We can see that's updated. And we can start searching for different people with just filtering on that. We can clear that out and we can change the sorting order. So we've got an option to add some additional users. So a lot of stuff with very little coding on our part. But let's customize this a little bit. So let's take a look at what we actually have built here and how this actually works. So the browse screen here is created with a gallery, and this gallery control is what has templates for all of these pieces. If we go in here and we wanted to change this layout a little bit, we've got a layout here that we could choose for some different ones. We don't have any images selected, and that was the default. So we could go over here and change the layout like this. So we don't have any images, or we could go over here and we could pick something that was even a little less information on the front page if we wanted to save some screen real estate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the larger one here, and then we can see that we could choose different fields if we wanted those to display, right? So we've got a phone number and we've got their actual title displayed there. Maybe instead of the phone number, maybe we wanted their email. So we could go over here and go down and look for that, right? So let's go to their primary email. There we go. Okay, so if we wanted to see email instead of phone, we could make that change right there. Pretty straightforward. One of the things that's neat about this preview here too is that, yes, you can use this play button to preview the app, and we'll go into preview mode here, and then we can close it from that X. But we could also, as it gives us with this little note here, and we don't need to show this anymore, you can just hold down the Alt key And when I hold down the Alt key, I can actually preview the app right in the designer here. I can go through, do all the functionality, and do that right in the app with just holding the Alt key down. So that's a pretty handy feature of this designer. Now, if we look at the detail screen, this is where we could change some of the detail screen as well, right? So if we look at our detail form here, and we can see each one of these are actually what they call cards, or the card control. But if we select the main one here and we want to look at some different information, we could once again go over here and edit the fields. So if I want some additional information in here, maybe I want that email again on my display, we could go the preferred and the primary one here and go ahead and add that. And we can see that live placed on there. Pretty simple. And for our edit screen, this is where we're actually going to be able to edit these things. Okay, so right now we don't have it so that we can actually edit the full name, right? We take a look at that one and we look at the properties here. And this is locked, right? So we don't have this one available for editing. But we could go over here and add some additional ones that we could edit. So if we go back to the main form, let's say we wanted to change their email address. We'll go with the same preferred email. Go ahead and add that. Oh, once again, this is the wrong one. So don't need that one. Let's remove that one and let's add. Let's add back their primary email. There we go. Okay, so if we want to take these changes for a spin, we can see that we've got all of this here. We can go in and edit and make our changes. Let's change an email there. Go ahead and change that. We've changed his email address, and then we can see that's propagated through. So in a very short amount of time, we've got a quick application here that we can use some of the existing data in our dataverse and put together a nice flexible mobile-based application or mobile form factor application with edit and add capabilities as well as search capabilities. So if you like these videos, keep watching more. Thanks.